So I'm getting a macro perspective photo from over here. Now I'm going to get some close-ups of these areas where they actually did the work. Once this sample is finished, it'll beep, and what I want to do is turn it off right away and cover it up right away. I want to make sure I'm getting a, the measured amount in there, and I don't want it sitting out uncovered. I don't want any other spores getting in there. Maybe not as likely, but just don't want that. So I get it covered up, turn it off, conserve the battery until I'm ready to test the next section. So right now, I'm going to take more photos of this area in here, get close up, get a closer visual inspection. I've already seen some mold, what looks like mold way over there. So I'm gonna document that and get some close-up photos of it, get a swab, and check out these other areas. So we see this a lot where they've made some cuts on the drywall. Now, a couple things. One, right here, we see some insulation that's still sticking out. A couple things. One, it looks bright and pink, so it doesn't look water damaged, so that's good. However, that can affect the air quality. So a lot of times what people will do, remediation companies will do, is seal off this space right here and seal off this space up here so that whenever I'm doing the air sampling, look, if I just touch that, you can see that dust and things are coming out, fiberglass. But I don't want any of this interfering with the air samples. But if it's visible, what I want to do is look inside here to make sure there's no mold on either the backside of the drywall or this frame, bottom sill plate. And I'm going to be taking moisture readings of this drywall and all the framing as well. One of the things, like over here, it is, it's pretty grimy. That could affect the air quality as well. It's metal, so it's not drywall. Oh, look at that. I'll get to that in a sec. But it's metal, so mold is not going to grow on metal. However, if there's dust or debris, and then moisture is introduced to that, then mold can certainly grow on that, and then it can be dispersed into the air from there. So this right here, it looks like it's most likely mold. It is some wood, actual wood. What they can do is just clean it up off of that, either wire brush it off or scrub it off. But yeah, looks like they may have tried to, but you can see that it's still present there. Maybe they didn't try, I don't know. But so I'll make sure to point that out to them. Yeah, so if this was right here, if it was drywall, the recommendation would be to cut it out. But if it's wood, it's more semi-porous, and it can be scrubbed off as long as it's cleaned properly. But drywall recommendation is to cut it out if it's been water damaged or if it has mold on it. All right, now I'm going to show this moisture reader. So this moisture reader is a Protometer Survey Master. It has two ways to do the readings. You could do a non-invasive with this side right here, or invasive with the two prongs up top. Right here, you can see that has a little symbol for the prongs to toggle between them. It's actually that one right there. So that's the non-invasive. So we have moisture in our bodies, so it's picking that up. So what I want to do is I'm going to be doing a quick scan all around on the drywall, and it should be showing green, which it is. Now, what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to check the framing. Now, I'll be using the prong in a few areas, but just for this one, I'll show that it is showing green. Now you can see that this concrete right here, it's actually going to show elevated. Now sometimes concrete just has a different reading. There is moisture in there, so it is picking it up. This wall back here, it is going to show elevated as well. That's concrete, so that's normal. Typically it'll actually show a lot higher. Yeah, so I want to make sure that all of this framing is dry. The drywall is dry. Framing dry. Now sometimes what the remediation companies do after they finish, they'll spray this whole area down with some antimicrobial solution. And so what it does is it makes it wet. So if I'm taking this and I'm getting a slight elevated reading, like it's, slightly red, or yellow, orange, that's okay, just as long as I let them know about it. If they have a dehumidifier in the area, in the containment, then it's not as, it's more likely that it's going to dry up quicker. But if they don't have the dehumidifier, then it's probably, once they spray it, it's not going to evaporate or dry up as quickly.